Creative Misfits.
When I think about the most beautiful things, you appear, and I don't know why. All I know is, baby, you're always on my mind, and I love it, and I love it. Always on my mind.
Hello, world. Welcome to Creative Misfits. I am your hostess, Lyrical Relief.
And I am your host, One Known.
And today we are kicking off a new segment called 6 Questions with Gina Falcone.
Yeah,
Welcome
yeah.
to
Hi,
the show.
thank you for having me.
Say hello to the people.
Hello, people. How are you?
Yeah, so good to have you.
I'm
Good to have you.
excited. Thank you so much.
And by the way, the segment's not called 6 Questions with Gina Falcone. It just happens to be with Gina Falcone today.
Okay, good to know.
It's going to be 6 questions. All right, but yeah, without further ado, we're going to ask you 6 questions, more or less.
Cool.
Like a lot of times, it's probably going to end up being more. When we
Right.
flow along with the conversation, we might come up with like another question here or there.
I'm down with it.
But we have 6 questions planned,
Okay, let's do it.
and we'll see what happens on top of that.
Cool.
All right, so first and foremost, who is Gina Falcone? Summary, bio, just tell the people who you are.
Wow. Gina Falcone is just a girl that likes to sing, and I just want to share my music with everyone. I would say that I'm just a Florida girl, just an Orlando native, and
Native?
yeah, definitely
Nice.
born and raised, and I just kind of want to share my passion with not only Orlando, but just the world, honestly. And I try to, everything I do, I try to have a positive mindset and a positive attitude, you know, even through my music.
Nice.
And that's just something I want to continue to share as I grow as a person.
Okay.
And as an artist, I just want to continue to inspire people
Okay.
to just be themselves.
Yeah.
And I would say that when I think about who Gina Falcone is, I would say somebody that's just herself. And I
Okay.
just always am trying to continue to strive to be the best me.
I got you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shine your light upon the world, pretty much.
Exactly. I'm trying.
Yeah. I'm with it.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, how did you get into music, and how long have you been doing music?
Well, I've been doing music officially for probably like 3-4 years now. 2015 is when my first project came out.
Gotcha.
It was called The Beginning EP. It was like a 6-track project, and so I kind of worked on it for a year, just kind of because I had never been in the studio before, and I had never really taken singing or songwriting kind of seriously. So during that whole year, I kind of had like, not artist development, but I just kind of was learning everything about what it takes to record a project and, you know, the studio life.
Yeah.
So,
Ins and outs.
exactly. But before that, I just had been singing all my life. Like, even in school, I was in plays and choir. Like, I always knew that I wanted to sing.
Okay.
And I went to UCF, and I graduated, and that whole time, I was just, like, getting a degree just because I enjoy education, you know? I think
Yeah.
education is important.
Yeah,
But at
for
the end of the day, I was like, I'm just going to be singing. So literally, pretty much right after I got done with UCF,
Yeah.
I kind of started looking into studios and everything like that. Like, I still
Okay.
did the 9-to-5 thing, but I was, like, dead inside.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I was just like, something's missing. And I decided to chase after it, and I've,
Okay.
like, never been happier.
Okay.
So it's definitely been, like, a few years, seriously, as an artist.
Got you. Very nice. You
Yeah.
definitely hit the ground running and
Yeah.
kind of learn the ins and outs and everything. By the way, what did you study then?
International relations. So it's like a political science major.
What made you
Okay.
do that?
It didn't have science or math, really, honestly, you know, and I enjoy traveling and learning, and if I wasn't, you know, into music, I definitely think that I would have done something along those lines, like for the government or worked for the UN, or just kind of like, even if it was nonprofits, you know,
Gotcha.
helping people, just kind of trying to make a change in some way, and I think that's kind of what I was meant to do, is make a change
Okay.
in the world in some way, and whether it was like if I didn't go to music,
Yeah.
I think it would happen in some other way.
Some other way.
So it was just like I picked something where I think deep down, I don't even really think I realized it, but I was like, no matter what I do, I want to make a change.
Okay.
So let me pick something that I feel like I could do that.
Got you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, who knows, you know? Depending on how the music career goes and stuff like that. you know, maybe you'll still be able to, I guess, like utilize those skills in some
Yeah,
form or fashion.
exactly.
You know?
I hope so,
Well,
you
I'm
know,
sure
because I
I'm sure you
definitely
will.
would love to, you know, if I, you know, make it or, you know, start to get money, make a lot of money from this, I want to give back. So I feel like that would come in like in a humanitarian
For sure.
standpoint. I feel like that would, be really great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Very nice, very nice. So it wasn't for nothing.
Definitely not. No, never. Education is never for nothing.
Exactly. I agree.
For sure, I agree. I like learning as well. All right, well, let's move into, I guess, kind of what's going on with you musically, I guess, as of recent, like as of 2017.
Okay.
So you announced that you pretty much linked up, you know, partnership with the Playmakers.
Correct.
So what do you see happening in this new chapter of your career, and how does the Playmakers partnership kind of play into, you know, the grand scheme of what's going on with you career-wise right now?
Yeah, well, I think, you know, joining the Playmakers gave me kind of not an outlet, but just kind of help, you know?
Okay.
I'm still independent, I'm an independent artist, but it kind of gave me help, you know, like we're a team. They have my back, I have their back, you know, Moxie's my manager, and
Gotcha.
he's amazing, and he's been really helpful, and it was more so about just help, you know? He wants to help artists grow and flourish, and it's not about changing them, and that's
Gotcha.
kind of really why I partnered with him and with them, because it's like they all want to be themselves, and we all want to grow together,
Gotcha.
and so
So they're not
This
like,
year-
oh, you should change your hair color this way. and
Yeah.
shit
no,
like
and you know,
that.
he wasn't like change your sound or try
Yeah.
to be like this or like that. He was just like, yo, you're dope. So we're gonna take
So,
you
boom.
and elevate it to the best
Exactly.
it can be. So, you know, we're still working.
Yeah, that's the
And
best
it's
kind of help
never, you know,
can
it's
get.
always gonna
For sure.
continue to be work. So I'm just excited, and you know, we have a lot of 2017 was really great for me. You know, I didn't release any music this past for 2 years. So
Okay.
I think about 2-3 weeks ago I released a new single.
Gotcha.
It's called On My Mind, and that was kind of, it was great because I just believe in quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I kind of am one of those artists or people like creative that just like takes their time and just kind of finds himself and figures it out. And I was
Yeah.
listening to a lot of different music and kind of exploring with a lot of sounds, kind of got into producing a little bit.
Gotcha.
And I just kind of figured out like how and where I want my sound to go. And even now I feel like it's still growing. So I feel like if you look back at my first project, then you kind of listen to my new song, and then you hear what's coming, it's
Okay.
you're gonna see the growth and hear the growth. And
Nice.
that's kind of all I want is like growth as an
Definitely.
artist. So
Definitely.
I think just joining with them has helped me grow, even just to not be scared to perform or just like be the best artist I can be. You know, usually when people
Gotcha.
are like, "Oh, sing something," I'm like, I don't wanna, you know. But now I'm just
Gotcha.
like, you know, Moxie always was putting me on the spot, like, "Yo, sing for them, sing, come on, sing."
So now
and
you're,
now
like,
I'm just
used to
like,
it.
you know, and that it helped me come out of my shell a lot actually.
Okay.
So
Very nice.
definitely was helpful.
Truly
cool.
beneficial, truly beneficial. So
Definitely.
you've been growing and just developing, and just like you said, they've been kind of helping to elevate everything.
Exactly.
And, you know, y'all pretty much cooking right now because
Mm-hmm.
you came out with the single, like you said, which we're going to talk a little bit more about for sure.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
actually the next question.
Yep, speaking of.
So, yep. So, yeah, we want to know more about like the process of how you wrote the song and the video. So, just give us some details.
So the song kind of came about early summer, I would say. April, May. I got the beat from this dude named Phil.
Phil.
He did all the bass on my first project,
Okay.
and he is a dope producer and an amazing musician. And I
Nice.
kind of had talked to him one day, just kind of reaching out. Like, I haven't really found a lot of production that fits me because, you know, my sound and my style is very different.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people don't get it. And so, and I know he got it because he kind of understood my first project. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to him and because he started kind of making beats seriously. So I went to him and I was like, you know, what do you got? You got anything for me? And he showed me a few things and I pretty much loved everything.
Okay.
But then the beat that was on my mind, it just kind of came to me.
That's the one that stuck
Yeah,
out to
when I
you.
heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, like I need this.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is, I have to have this song. So I ended, not the song, the beat.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of sat there and I kind of did my thing, just let it play, just kind of heard what melodies came to me, and
Okay.
like lyrics just started flowing. Like it just
Okay.
hit me.
Nice.
And I just was sitting in my house by myself and that song just came to me and I just went with it.
Okay.
And it just was, it's perfect. I love it.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
love it because it was like just very raw and authentic. Like it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Me by myself, like in my corner.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
It's how the
I
best.
like that.
It's
Yeah.
how the best stuff comes out, right?
Definitely.
Exactly.
You're
Definitely.
like kind of like alone in your zone and able to
Exactly.
focus in on it, hone in on it, and just like you said, it flowed out too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And then the video was executed amazingly by Joel. He just kind of caught the vibe of the song, and I wasn't even expecting it to come out the way that it came out, but it was just, it fit it perfectly. Like
Yeah.
the vibe
Yeah, I
was
agree.
totally right. Thank you. And I love it. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with that whole song and video, everything.
yeah, it came out really dope
Yeah,
for sure.
it did.
Thank you.
That was at
Definitely.
Loud Gallery, right?
Yeah, we shot that
Yeah.
at Loud Gallery.
Nice. Came
Yeah,
out very
it
clean.
definitely
It
came out
definitely
good.
set the visual vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To have the art in the background and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought it looked so cool.
Hell yeah. Agreed.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, so we've seen that you've been investing in your craft lately and, you know, introducing your gifts to the world. So tell us about that Unplugged performance that you recently did. How did that
Yes,
experience
Unplugged
make you feel?
was amazing because it was kind of like my first thing that I did with, like first big show that I
Okay.
did with the Playmakers.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And it was at Loud, and it was just amazing. The vibe was great. I just wanted to bring a very intimate performance, like a vibe, you know, the setting. So I kind of had the stage set up with flowers, like low lighting.
Nice.
You know, I just wanted it very intimate, and it was like the first time that I had been singing original new music in like 2 years. You know,
Nice.
nobody had heard anything. And like that day of the show, I released On My Mind.
Okay.
So people had gotten little snippets of it, but they hadn't really heard it.
Okay.
So for the fact that people come out and see me, and when I haven't released music in like 2 years,
Yeah.
was amazing. Because I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
okay,
for
like
sure.
I'm making an impact on people, and they want to hear more, or they want to come see what the vibe is about. And the energy was amazing, and it was kind of stressful. It was honestly like the first show that I was in control of, because it was
Gotcha.
me, you know.
Yeah.
So it was like I was everywhere, and then
Yeah.
when it was over, I was so relieved, but in the best way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like I can do it.
Yeah.
I did it, and it's done. It was amazing. So like, let's go 2018. You know,
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like one of those feelings.
Yeah.
That's what's
But it
up.
was great.
Well, it's good. It's good to be in that position and, you know, kind of have that much, I guess, responsibility on yourself to like kind of
Exactly.
be like the headliner and, you know, I want this way, I want that way.
Yeah.
And just like you said, kind of run around and make sure everything is all together.
Exactly.
Like it's a good experience
Right.
to
To
kind
have.
of take away.
No,
and
it was definitely was a good experience, and I learned a lot.
confidence
I bet.
boost, like you said, pretty
Exactly.
much. You know?
It was.
I like it, I like it, I like it.
Nice. So
you.
what's next?
What's next? Oh, well, I'm gonna be in the studio a lot, you know, recording. Try to drop a few more singles. Actually, planning on a project.
Okay.
So definitely gonna start working on a project and just kind of go from there. You know, drop a few singles. Just kind of trying to see like what people respond to the most. You know, I
Yeah.
kind of have a few different songs with like a few different sounds. Like at the end of the day, you can tell it's me because I stay true to myself no matter what.
Yeah.
But it's
You're
just
still
about the
experimenting
vibe.
with your sound
exactly. You
and
know, it's
stuff.
just about the vibe. So kind of every song I have right now, like I definitely would say like overall is a vibe, you know, kind of
Okay.
like puts you in a, like whenever I've been singing to people, even at open mic, at Loud Gallery and stuff, people
Yeah.
are like, you put me in a trance, like, oh my gosh, your voice, you know, just like the way, your presence, and I'm just like, oh, okay, so that's something for me to remember and maybe like capitalize on.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like, you know, find out the best way to figure out my sound. I don't know how to explain it, but just people are
like,
responding to certain things, and I'm saying, I'm picking up on it, saying,
Yeah.
okay, this sound is working, this one's,
Exactly.
this
Yeah.
one's
It's
working.
helping you like find direction
So that I
for the
can put
project.
all
Exactly.
of that together and make the best product for my art and for the people.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's you know what it's about. Definitely.
So
You
it's
know.
really just about being the best I can try to be for 2018.
Yep.
And just like the music comes first at the end of the day. And that's just kind of what I always want to push. It's all
Yeah.
about the music.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So come up with great music, you know, that you feel like the people are going to respond the most to because
Exactly.
you're listening to
And then everything
what the
else
people have to say
follows.
about it.
So,
Oh yeah. Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
Thank
well,
you.
that is what's coming up next for Gina Falcone.
yes.
And that would wrap up our 6 questions. And just like I said, you know, we came up with a few more along the way, but
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
that's okay.
that's okay. We have arrived.
We did.
So we definitely want to thank you for stopping through.
Thank you
the
so
show,
much.
Yes, thanks so
Coming through
much.
to talk to
It
us,
means a lot to me.
coming through to hold down the performance. You know,
Appreciate it. Thank
we
you.
appreciate all that, and definitely, as always, you know, we appreciate you guys, you know, watching, listening, however you're tuning in, and we definitely want to shout out Hip Hop Everything. And I talked to Draco recently, and we are gonna pick back up with that, so you can catch us on Hip Hop Everything Radio on Fridays. So I believe this should be the first episode back on HHE Radio. So just stay tuned on our social media, and we'll kind of let you guys know when the airing is going down. And hiphopeverythingforreal.com. That's the number 4 hip hop's indie hotspot. And
Dope.
before we get up out of here, we just want to say definitely check out Gina. You know, enjoy this last performance coming up from her right now.
Definitely.
And you know, you can pretty much find her and follow her at.
Yes, so my social media is at Gina_Falcone. That's GINA_FALCONE, and it's pronounced Falcone.
Not Falcon.
Not Falcon, not Falcone.
Not Falcone.
Yeah, we're just gonna get it right. It's easy, I promise. Yeah, so that's my Instagram and my Twitter, but you can find my YouTube, my Facebook, my SoundCloud, Gina Falcone Music. But honestly, if you just type in Gina Falcone on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, I promise you I'll pop up and you'll find me.
That's what's up. She's everywhere.
Yep.
And you ain't never there. All right, so yeah, definitely without further
Thank
ado,
you.
we up out of here, and this wraps up our first segment of 6 questions.
6 questions.
Yay!
So yeah, later.
Bye.
I was driving down the wrong way, trying to make a U-turn to get back what we had. I know it's been a long day, hearing what I had to say. I know I told you a lot, hate that someone else was in your spot. Oh, 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 oh. I don't mind if you take some time. It shouldn't have crossed my mind. Didn't know I crossed a line, but he was so damn fine. I'll pay what I have to. I ain't saying I'd be glad to do it. If it means I can have you, then tell me what I gotta do now. Oh, 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 oh.
Creative Misfits.